Obviously disappointed with the final result, and want to say thank you to our fans that stood out there in the rain today, and we appreciate it a lot. And we didn't play as good as we can play, obviously. You know, I think in a lot of the games this year, some of that is Louisville. Louisville played well on defense today. They won the line of scrimmage, in my opinion. We didn't run the ball the way we've been running it, and when we did drop back at times, there was pressure. In the first half, defensively, we did not get off the field on third down like we have been, and a lot of it was tackling. I mean, we had coverage where we needed it, and we couldn't get their quarterback down. He made some nice runs, you know, and there's some positives in the game. You know, I thought we made some good adjustments at halftime on defense and held them to a field goal in the second half, but the 2 turnovers were costly. And when you turn the ball over and don't get any takeaways, and when they run for 200 yards and you run for 45, I mean, that's not a good recipe for victory in the rain. So, you know, we've got to be better. I've got to be better. You know, I told the team, you know, we're not going to feel sorry for ourselves. We're going to get up, we're going to come in tomorrow, go to work, and get ready to play a short week at Virginia Tech. It was a very good football game, and didn't make enough plays. And obviously, you know, you can always look at everything you do and say you can coach better. So with that, I'll open it up.
Problems with the running game, was it specific to the line, or did you think you guys were getting enough burst through the line, or a combination of their speed?
I'll have to really look at the film. I mean, the first half we had 23 plays on offense, you know, and so it was hard to get anything established really, and we beat ourselves a couple times. One, we had a big play to Ramos and we fumbled, and that would have been a nice drive we would have scored on, whether it was a touchdown or a field goal. And but you know, they were penetrating obviously up front. They have good D tackles, and I told you guys all week their strength was their defensive line, and they're good. And those 2 D tackles are 300-something pounds, and their ends are long and athletic, and they play hard. You know, I thought that there were some things that we missed, but you know, it's a really good defensive line that we played against today, and there were times that we hit it, but just not enough. And 58 plays and only 23 in the first half. You know, I mean, it's just hard to get going in the run game right there.
You mentioned Ramos's fumble, and then Lamar obviously goes 68 yards. Did that take the wind out of the sails a little bit?
It was disappointing because we didn't execute the call defensively. We had a good call made, and we just didn't execute it. And it's the first time all year that that's happened. You know, we just miscommunicated and had a run stunt on, and weren't on the same page. You know, anytime there's a big play, it's disappointing. Obviously, you feel like, you know, you want to make people earn what they get. You know, on that particular play, their quarterback's fast, so you can't allow him to ever to have leverage on a play like that. And you know, you hate to have a big play on offense and then turn it right to him in the red zone like that. I mean, that's a killer. I mean, that's a big swing, not just in momentum, but on the scoreboard. You know, you need to get points when you get inside the 10-yard line like that.
It looked like Matt Days got banged up a little bit there at one point in his leg. Did that limit him at all, and did that play a role in kind of not being able to run it as effectively?
The trainers never mentioned that to me, so, you know, I don't think so. I mean, he was running hard at the end. I mean, that guy put a square tackle on him there on that 4th down play. That was a nice play by their guy, and we put a long surface over there. Earlier in the game, we lined up in the same formation and sneaked it, and we thought that they would put a bunch of people inside and that we could get 1 yard. I mean, we just needed 1. And to their credit, they stopped it. You know, we got to be able to run that guy over, and obviously we can't let the guy be unblocked right there.
There's obviously nothing you can do about who you play in your schedule and all that, but with who you played in the first 4 games, were you guys prepared for how big and fast Louisville was, especially early on? I mean, did it take some adjusting?
No, I don't think so. You know, I think we play against our own defense every day. We play against our own offense every day. I mean, we do that on purpose so that we are prepared for guys like that. I mean, it was a 20-13 ball game. It was a physical football game, and they made more plays than we did. I agree with you on that, but I don't think it was because of who we played, you know. I mean, there were some balls that I know Jacoby would love to have back. He threw a couple that he could normally complete. That's not because of who we played, you know. We had guys open. So there's just different things we got to do better, and, you know, we will. And like I said, I'm excited to continue forward with this football team, and it is a setback, but it's not anything that we're going to panic about, that's for sure.
With the turnovers and the penalty mistakes and the inability to run the ball, did you even recognize your team from the first 4 games?
I told them at halftime, I'm like, that's not us, man. We had 4 penalties in the first half. We had none in the second. You know, we had the turnover, and we weren't tackling well. And, you know, I said, guys, just be yourselves. I'm not asking for anything other than execution with effort and intensity. And we were able to do that defensively. We had I thought we had a really good third quarter on defense. You know, had a huge return. We had good energy in a lot of plays throughout the second half. We just couldn't put it together there to come up with a stop. And then we had that 3rd down and long where their quarterback, number 7, did a heck of a job extending that drive. And that would have been a key stop because we ended up having to get it with no timeouts, you know, with under a minute. And it was a great play by their guy there.